You're about to drop into a gaming session, controller in hand, ready to dominate the leaderboards. The match is intense, the stakes are high, and every millisecond counts. Suddenly, your screen stutters. Your frame rate tanks. Your teammates rage in chat. You've been outgunned by outdated hardware. This isn't just a setback. It's a full-blown competitive disadvantage. And it happens more often than you think. Because here's the hard truth. Most gaming laptops can't keep up with today's titles at high settings. They overheat. They throttle. They force you to choose between visuals and performance. You deserve better. You need a machine that doesn't just play the game. Enter the MSI Katana 15HX. This isn't just another gaming laptop. It's a purpose-built powerhouse designed to eliminate lag, maximize clarity, and keep you in the zone. No excuses, no compromises. With a blazing fast Intel Core i9-14900HX, an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5070, and a 165Hz QHD Plus display, it's engineered to turn frustration into victory. So, is this the ultimate weapon for gamers who refuse to lose? Let's break it down inside and out. When you first unbox the MSI Katana 15HX, you notice the design is bold, but not over the top. The chassis is all black with sharp angular lines, giving it a no-nonsense, performance-first aesthetic. It's not ultra-sleek like a Razer Blade or ultra-thin like a MacBook Pro. It's a gaming laptop through and through, functional, aggressive, and built to last. The build quality feels solid. The lid is rigid, the hinges are sturdy, and the overall construction doesn't flex under pressure. MSI didn't cut corners here. At 5.29 pounds and 0.98 inches thick, it's not featherlight, but it's not a brick either. You can carry it to a LAN party or use it on the couch without feeling like you're lugging around a desktop replacement. The keyboard is a standout. It's a full-size RGB backlit keyboard with per-key lighting, customizable zones, and decent key travel. The keys feel responsive, and the layout is clean. No weirdly placed buttons or cramped arrow keys. The trackpad is functional but not a standout. If you're gaming, you'll likely use an external mouse anyway. Port selection is generous. You get 3 USB-A ports, 1 USB-C, with DisplayPort and power delivery, an HDMI 2.1 out, a headphone jack, and a gigabit Ethernet port. That Ethernet port is a lifesaver for competitive gamers who need a stable, low-latency connection. The left side has a Kensington lock slot, which is great for securing your rig in shared spaces. The display is a 15.6-inch QHD Plus panel running at 165 Hz with 100% DCI P3 color coverage. That means sharper visuals, smoother motion, and more vibrant colors than standard 60 Hz or even 144 Hz panels. For competitive shooters like the high refresh rate reduces motion blur and gives you a split-second advantage. For single-player RPGs or cinematic experiences, the color accuracy makes every scene pop. Now, let's talk about what's under the hood, because this is where the Katana 15HX truly shines. At its heart is the Intel Core i9-14900HX. That's a 24-core, 32-thread beast with a base clock of 2.2 GHz and a turbo boost up to 5.8 GHz. This isn't just a chip for gaming. It's a workstation-grade processor that can handle heavy multitasking, video editing, or even light 3D rendering without breaking a sweat. When paired with 32 GB of DDR5 RAM, you're looking at a system that can run in the background while streaming on Twitch and still deliver 144 plus FPS in. Speaking of graphics, the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5070 is the star of the show. Built on NVIDIA's new Blackwell architecture, it delivers up to 30% better ray tracing performance and 50% faster AI upscaling thanks to DLSS 4. That means you can crank up the settings in demanding titles like and still maintain smooth frame rates. DLSS 4 also introduces Frame Generation 2.0, which intelligently creates additional frames to boost performance without sacrificing visual fidelity. Storage is handled by a 1 TB NVMe SSD. It's fast, reliable, and spacious enough for your OS, games, and a few large projects. MSI didn't skimp here. This is a PCIe Gen 4 drive, so load times are nearly instantaneous. Cooling is critical in a high-performance laptop, and MSI delivers with a cooler boost Trinity system. That means 3 fans, 6 heat pipes, and a vapor chamber to keep temperatures in check. During heavy gaming sessions, the Katana 15HX stays cool to the touch. No throttling, no thermal shutdowns. The fans do get loud under load, but that's a trade-off you accept for sustained performance. Battery life? Not great. Expect around 3 to 4 hours of light use, and that drops to under an hour when gaming. This is a desktop replacement in laptop clothing. Plan to keep it plugged in during intense sessions. Let's put this machine through its paces with real-world scenarios. First up, competitive gaming. I loaded up and at max settings with V-Sync off. The 165Hz display made tracking enemies effortless, and the RTX 5070 delivered a consistent 300+ FPS in and 250+ FPS in. No stuttering, no screen tearing, just pure, responsive gameplay. Even in with ray tracing enabled, I maintained over 180 FPS at 1440p. Next, I tested content creation. I ran with a 4K timeline, exporting a 10-minute 4K video. The i9-14900HX and 32GB RAM handled it in under 8 minutes, faster than many desktops. I also edited a 3D animation in Blender with complex lighting and textures. The RTX 5070's tensor cores accelerated the render times significantly, cutting hours off the process. For everyday use, the Katana 15HX is a productivity beast. I had 30 Chrome tabs open, a Discord call running, Spotify in the background, and a Unity project compiling all at once. The system never hiccuped. The keyboard and trackpad made typing and navigation smooth, and the speakers, while not audiophile grade, were loud and clear for casual listening. The trade-offs? Well, as mentioned, battery life is weak. If you're gaming on the go, you'll need to be near an outlet. The webcam is 720p and grainy, so don't expect studio-quality video calls. And while the cooling system is effective, the fans can get loud during intense workloads, something to consider if you're in a quiet space. So, how does the MSI Katana 15HX stack up against the competition? Compared to the Asus ROG Strix G16, the Katana 15HX offers better raw performance thanks to the i9-14900HX and RTX 5070. The ROG Strix has a slightly better display, 240Hz, but the Katana's QHD Plus panel with 100% DCI P3 is more color accurate for creative work. Against the Lenovo Legion Pro 7i, the Katana wins on value. The Legion Pro 7i is a fantastic machine, but it's often $500 more for similar specs. The Legion screen is brighter and has a higher refresh rate, but the Katana's Blackwell GPU gives it a performance edge in ray tracing and AI upscaling. If you're considering a desktop, the Katana 15HX can't match the upgradability or raw power of a full tower, but it's a fraction of the cost and takes up a fraction of the space. For most gamers, this is the sweet spot. Here's the bottom line. The MSI Katana 15HX is a no-compromise gaming laptop that punches above its weight. It delivers elite performance, a stunning display, and robust build quality at a price that won't break the bank. If you're serious about gaming, content creation, or both, this machine has everything you need to stay ahead of the competition. Yes, it's loud under load. Yes, the battery life is short. But those are small prices to pay for a system that can handle you throw at it without flinching. If you're ready to upgrade your setup and leave lag, stuttering, and mediocre performance behind, the MSI Katana 15HX is waiting. Click the link below, grab yours, and get ready to dominate. The battlefield is yours.